we should always be open-minded in the analysis of a source. After reading this article, it suggests that we should not pay attention to the survey and not let it tell us that Singapore is boring.
What do you think they meant by exciting?
Probably the events, activities and culture here to see if Singapore is exciting.
All right. Well, it is not a bad thing that Singapore is boring. I agree with the author that having more tourists will just make Singaporeans shudder.
But isn't that just an assumption? I don't think all Singaporeans feel that way. She doesn't have any proof. It is just her stereotype of Singaporeans not liking tourists.
That makes sense. It is an invalid assumption then. Thanks for pointing that out.
Where is the article published in?
It is published by Channel News Asia. Based on what I found, it is a credible source as it is a Singapore news agency and broadcaster with wide viewership.
All right. After analyzing, I feel that the author is biased. She likes to pick on evidences to undermine the survey results and does not show the other perspective.
Oh, what kind of evidence did you find?
Her tone and words usage makes the reader agree with her. For instance, she tried to make the Time Out audiences superficial by purposely choosing statistics of them going to holidays, concerts and bars. The readers will feel that the survey is not credible and agree with her.
Wow, I did not notice that.
There are many ways an author can misdirect the reader through fallacies and use of ethos, pathos and logos. We must always remember to analyze the source to check its rationality.
Based on the article, maybe we should not put Singapore in our travel bucket list.
That's not a fair judgment on the article. We should not jump onto the conclusion that the source is always right. Instead, we should always reason on the argument in the article and question ourselves on the fairness of our judgment on the source's analysis.
Alright, maybe we can research more on the claims made in the article and the activities available in Singapore to have a fair judgment. Hey Quasimodo, I agree that the ranking of the cities in the article cannot be trusted as the surveys are subjective and not reflective of the entire population. Furthermore, the author's message was well conveyed as she mentioned about the flaws of the surveys.
Frollo, you're not right in saying this. Just because the evidence presented in the source fits well with the author's message does not mean that the argument is right. Did you not see that the article is flawed as it only focuses on one perspective of the surveys which is not being credible? A better approach is to mention improvements to the surveys and cross-referencing to credible sources to prove that Singapore is indeed exciting or not.
I have indeed learned a lot from you on how to become a critical thinker.
Learning to become a critical thinker is a lifelong process. It is unavoidable to make a mistake in our judgment, but I hope having this easy-to-remember mnemonic will make the process simpler and easier.